Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hello, I'm hoping you can help me. I need to book a flight urgently for tomorrow evening, but I'm running into a few issues online.
Of course, I'll do my best. My name's Daniel. Could you tell me where you're flying from and your destination?
I'm flying from Delhi to Toronto. This is a last-minute work trip, and everything feels rushed. I'm especially worried about baggage rules and whether there are any decent seats left.
I understand. Last-minute bookings can be stressful. Let me check availability first. Are you traveling alone?
Yes, I am. I'll also be carrying 1 large suitcase and a laptop bag. Some websites say checked baggage isn't included, and that's confusing.
That's a common concern. Different airlines have different baggage policies, especially for economy fares. Let me pull up a few options so we can compare.
Thank you. I really don't want to pay a huge fee at the airport. That's happened to me before.
I completely understand. I'm seeing 3 flights with available seats. 2 of them are economy basic, which usually excludes checked baggage, and 1 is standard economy, which includes 1 checked bag.
Okay, but what about seat selection? I'm tall, so legroom matters to me.
That's an important point. On the basic fares, seat selection is either very limited or charged separately. On the standard economy ticket, you can choose your seat in advance.
That already sounds better, but I'm guessing it's more expensive.
It is slightly higher in price, but when you factor in baggage and seat fees, it may actually be the better value.
Question 1. What mainly explains why the woman contacts a travel agent instead of completing the booking herself? Question 2. Why does the agent recommend comparing fare types instead of booking immediately? Question 3. Why does the agent say the higher-priced ticket may still be preferable?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
I see. Could you explain exactly how much extra I'd pay if I chose the cheaper ticket and added baggage later?
Certainly. For the basic economy option, adding one checked bag would cost around $60, and selecting a preferred seat would be another $40 to $50.
That adds up quickly. What about carry-on luggage? Is my laptop bag included?
Yes, a personal item like a laptop bag is included on all fares. However, some basic tickets restrict full-size carry-on bags.
That's risky. I don't want to argue at the gate. What's the timing like for the standard economy flight?
It departs at 10:45 p.m. tomorrow and has one layover in Frankfurt with a total travel time of about 18 hours.
That's manageable. Are aisle seats still available? I usually prefer those for long flights.
Let me check the seat map. Yes, there are a few aisle seats left, though the ones near the exit rows cost extra.
I'm okay with a regular aisle seat. Comfort is important, but I also need to stay within my company's budget.
Understood. The regular aisle seat is included at no extra charge with this fare.
That's a relief. Another thing I'm unsure about is changes. If my meeting gets delayed, can I change the flight?
With standard economy, you can change the flight by paying a change fee plus any fare difference. Basic economy usually doesn't allow changes at all.
That flexibility might be necessary. I'd rather not be stuck if plans change.
In that case, standard economy clearly suits your situation better.
Question 4. What does Emily's reaction suggest about the basic ticket? Question 5. What does Emily's seat preference reveal most? Question 6. What underlying decision strategy does Emily follow?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
All right, I'm convinced. Let's go with the standard economy option you mentioned.
Great choice. I'll proceed with that. Before I finalize it, could you confirm your full name as it appears on your passport?
Yes, it's Emily Rose Carter.
Thank you. And just to confirm, one checked bag is included, seat selection is free, and you'll be seated in an aisle seat.
Perfect. That addresses all my concerns.
I'll also email you the baggage policy in writing so you can refer to it later if needed.
I really appreciate that. This has been much clearer than booking online by myself.
That's what we're here for. Now, regarding payment, would you like to use a credit card?
Yes, that's fine. I'll provide the details.
All right, the booking is almost complete. Once processed, you'll receive your e-ticket and confirmation email within a few minutes.
Wonderful. One last question. When should I arrive at the airport since it's an international flight?
I recommend arriving at least 3 hours before departure, especially since you're checking a bag.
Got it. I'll plan accordingly.
Your flight is now confirmed, Emily. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that covers everything. Thank you for being so patient and helpful.
You're very welcome. Have a safe and comfortable journey.
Thanks again. Goodbye.
Goodbye and have a great trip. Question 7. What can be inferred about seat selection in this booking? Question 8. Why does Daniel mention the confirmation email timing?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hey, Sophie, do you have a minute to talk about our team meeting next week?
Of course, Jack. I was just grabbing a coffee. What's up?
Well, I wanted to figure out the best time for everyone. Some people mentioned mornings work better, others prefer afternoons. I thought maybe we could find a slot that suits most people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know Tom and Lisa usually like mornings because they get their work done early, but I think Rachel prefers afternoons.
Right. I remember Rachel mentioning that last week. And I think Mark has back-to-back appointments in the mornings, so afternoons might be easier for him too.
Maybe we should do a quick poll. That way everyone can pick their preferred time and we can go with the majority.
That's a good idea. Should we send an email or just use the team chat?
Probably the chat is faster. People check that more often, especially during the day.
Agreed. Okay, so I can draft a message. Something like, "Hi team, we're trying to find the best time for our weekly meeting next week. Please reply with your preferred time, morning or afternoon."
Perfect. Maybe add that if someone has a specific day in mind, they can mention that too. You know, some people like Mondays, others prefer Fridays.
True, I almost forgot about that. Okay, I'll include a note. If you have a preferred day, let us know.
Sounds great. By the way, what about the duration? Are we sticking to the usual 1 hour?
I was thinking maybe 45 minutes this time. Our last meeting ran over because of the project updates, and we still have a lot of work to cover during the week.
That's smart. Shorter meetings are more efficient anyway. People tend to stay more focused.
Exactly. I was also thinking of sending an agenda along with the message. That way people know what to expect and we won't spend too much time deciding what to discuss.
Definitely. Can I help with that? I can draft a quick agenda and send it to you before you share it with the team.
That would be amazing, Sophie. Thanks. So once we have the preferred times, we can confirm and send a calendar invite.
Yep, that works. Oh, one more thing. Should we keep it virtual or meet in the conference room this time?
Good question. Considering some people work remotely twice a week, maybe virtual is better. That way everyone can join easily.
Agreed. And we can use the video call to share screens if someone needs to present their updates.
Okay, I'll draft the message for the chat, include the agenda, and set up the poll. Can you review the agenda when you have a chance?
Sure thing, Jack. I'll finish my coffee and then start on it.
Awesome. Thanks for helping out, Sophie. I think this will make scheduling a lot smoother.
No problem at all. It's good to get everyone's input early rather than scrambling at the last minute.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get a clear answer soon and everyone can plan their week without conflicts.
Fingers crossed. Okay, I better get back to my tasks. Let me know once the message is ready.
Will do. Thanks again, Sophie. Talk to you later.
Bye, Jack.
Question 1. Why does Sophie suggest team chat over email? Question 2. Sophie's comment on preferred days implies Question 3. Sending an agenda before the meeting is intended to Question 4. Sophie's approval of virtual meetings shows she Question 5. Rachel likely prefers afternoons because
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good morning. Are you Sarah Miller?
Yes, that's me. Good morning.
Great. I'm Mark, your rideshare driver. We're heading to Riverside Business Park, correct?
Yes, that's right. Thank you for coming on time.
No problem at all. I'll follow the GPS, but please let me know if you prefer a different route.
Actually, I should let you know right away, there's road construction near Riverside Road. The GPS sometimes doesn't update it correctly.
Oh, thanks for telling me. What's currently closed?
The main entrance on Riverside Road is blocked due to bridge repairs. Traffic is being redirected through Oak Street instead.
I see. So should I avoid Riverside Road completely?
Yes, definitely. Once we reach Maple Avenue, please turn left instead of going straight. There should be a temporary construction sign there.
All right, left on Maple Avenue. Got it.
Then drive for about 5 minutes until you reach a roundabout. Normally, you'd take the second exit, but because of the construction, that exit is closed.
So which exit should I take?
Take the third exit toward Pine Industrial Lane. It's a bit longer, but traffic moves faster there.
That's helpful. I'll ignore the GPS if it says otherwise.
Yes, the GPS usually insists on the closed route. After Pine Industrial Lane, you'll see a small petrol station on the right.
I'm watching for it.
Right after that station, turn right into Cedar Drive. It's a narrow road, so it's easy to miss.
Understood. Right turn after the petrol station.
Once we're on Cedar Drive, everything should be smooth. There's no construction there.
That's good to hear. How long do you think this route will take?
About 20 minutes total, maybe 5 minutes longer than usual, but it's more reliable.
That's fine. Better than getting stuck in traffic.
Exactly. Yesterday, my colleague ignored the detour and waited almost 30 minutes at the barricade.
That sounds frustrating.
It was. The construction work is expected to continue for another 2 weeks.
Thanks for the warning. I'll remember this route for future trips.
You're welcome. Oh, one more thing. Near the business park, the security gate has also moved temporarily.
Really? Where should I drop you off?
Please stop near Building C instead of the main gate. There's a sign that says Temporary Passenger Drop-Off.
All right, Building C drop-off. I'll look for the sign.
Perfect. You're handling the directions very well.
Thanks. I appreciate passengers who give clear instructions.
I just want to make sure we arrive on time. I have an important meeting at 10 a.m.
We're on schedule. I'll keep following your directions.
Great. Let me know if you need clarification at any point.
Will do. Thanks again for the updates.
Question 1. Why did Sarah specify the turn at Maple Avenue? Question 2. What underlying concern drives Sarah's instructions? Question 3. What does Sarah imply about road construction duration? Question 4. Why might ignoring Sarah's directions be risky? Question 5. What role does the petrol station play in the navigation? Question 6. What is Mark's overall response to instructions?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
Hospitals across the country are facing increasing pressure as emergency departments report record-long waiting times. According to recent figures released by the National Health Service, patients are waiting much longer than the recommended 4-hour target for treatment. In some hospitals, patients have reported waiting for more than 8 hours before being seen by a doctor. Experts say the reasons behind these delays are complex. One major factor is the rising number of patients seeking emergency care for non-urgent conditions, which places additional strain on already stretched resources. Additionally, hospitals are struggling with staffing shortages. Many emergency departments report insufficient numbers of doctors, nurses, and support staff, making it difficult to manage patient flow efficiently. The consequences of these delays are serious. Patients with severe conditions, such as heart attacks or strokes, may experience dangerous setbacks if treatment is delayed. Families are often left frustrated and anxious while waiting for medical attention. Moreover, the extended waiting times affect the overall efficiency of the healthcare system, as emergency departments become overcrowded and other patients are unable to access timely care. Hospital administrators emphasize that they are taking steps to improve the situation. Measures include hiring additional staff, increasing the use of urgent care centers, and encouraging patients with minor illnesses to visit general practitioners instead of emergency departments. Some hospitals are also implementing digital triage systems to prioritize the most urgent cases more effectively. Health officials stress that the public can help alleviate the problem by understanding when to use emergency services appropriately. They advise patients to reserve emergency care for life-threatening conditions and seek alternative care options such as local clinics or telehealth consultations for less critical issues. While these efforts are underway, the challenge remains significant. Policymakers are calling for increased funding and long-term strategies to address staffing shortages and improve emergency care infrastructure. Until these measures are fully implemented, patients and healthcare professionals alike are likely to continue experiencing the difficulties caused by long waiting times in emergency departments.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
I don't know about you guys, but every time I step into a grocery store lately, I feel like I'm getting robbed. Prices just keep climbing.
Oh, tell me about it. Last week, I went in just for a few essentials and walked out with a receipt longer than my arm. I've started making a strict list and sticking to it, no extras, no impulse buys.
I've been trying something else. I actually started shopping at the discount grocers across town. Their selection's limited, yeah, but man, the prices. I save almost $30 a week.
Isn't that the one without a loyalty program? I've been trying to take advantage of those, reward points, member discounts. Some of them even have apps now that give you personalized deals.
I used to do that, but honestly, I feel like they lure you in with points and then hike up the base prices. I did the math once, didn't really save that much in the end. Plus, it gets exhausting managing for different apps.
True, but what about bulk buying? I got a membership to one of those warehouse places, huge packs of stuff, especially non-perishables. It's a bit of an upfront cost, but over time, I think it evens out.
That's tricky though. I tried that last year, but I live alone, and I ended up wasting half of what I bought. Even canned goods have expiry dates, turns out.
Exactly. It works if you've got storage space or a big family. I usually split bulk items with my sister, that way, it's cheaper and nothing goes to waste.
Oh, that's smart. Maybe I should do that with my neighbor. We already carpool, so what's one more thing?
See, this is why talking about it helps. I've been so set on loyalty cards, I never considered combining strategies. Maybe do one big shop at the discount store, use points for essentials, and share bulk buys.
Yeah, it's not about one perfect method, it's about mixing and matching what works for your lifestyle.
Agreed. I think the key is staying flexible and watching where the real value is, not just what looks good on a label.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Shared housing among working adults has become increasingly common, particularly in urban areas where housing costs are high and affordable options are limited. Many young professionals choose this living arrangement because it offers financial benefits and opportunities for social interaction. However, it also has a significant impact on personal privacy, which is an important factor to consider for anyone thinking about moving into a shared home. One of the main ways personal privacy is affected is through shared spaces. Kitchens, living rooms, bathrooms, and even laundry areas are typically used by all residents. This makes it difficult to maintain full control over one's environment. Everyday activities such as cooking, watching television, or having conversations can unintentionally disrupt others, and at the same time, a person's own private time can be interrupted. For individuals who work from home or need quiet areas for study or professional tasks, these interruptions can be particularly challenging. Even simple activities like taking a shower or making a phone call may feel less private than they would in a home with no roommates. Differences in habits and routines also affect privacy. Roommates may have varying schedules, social preferences, and lifestyles, which can create situations where personal boundaries are unintentionally crossed. For example, someone may borrow another person's belongings without permission, or enter a room or storage area that is meant to be private. While these incidents are often minor, they can accumulate over time, leading to frustration and a sense that personal autonomy is limited. Living with others requires constant negotiation of boundaries, and even with clear agreements, some level of intrusion is almost unavoidable. Despite these challenges, it is possible to manage privacy concerns to a certain extent. Clear communication and established rules can help reduce conflicts. For instance, designating quiet hours, respecting locked rooms or storage areas, and keeping personal items in private spaces can make shared living more comfortable. Even with these strategies, however, some compromise is necessary. Sharing a home inherently means that total privacy is not achievable, and individuals must accept this trade-off if they want to benefit from the financial savings and social interaction that shared housing provides. Living alone provides complete control over the environment and full personal privacy, but it comes at a higher cost. There may also be social downsides, such as loneliness or lack of daily interaction, which shared housing can help address. Therefore, choosing shared housing is a decision that involves balancing these advantages and disadvantages. Those who prioritize financial savings and companionship might find shared housing suitable, while those who highly value privacy might struggle with the limitations it imposes.
Visit celpipmocktest.com for authentic Celpip mock tests and see the difference in your performance.